Most midgets are born with scoliosis real bad, so I have to have back surgery. I had my first back surgery, ended up paralyzed because they messed it up. Got flown to Minneapolis, had another one. They put a metal rod in my back and cut out a rib and fused that in my back too. And they said no trampolines and no contact sports. Which, I mean, I didn't see myself. All I wanted to do was be a wrestler. We ended up going in the backyard, mattresses and stuff, and then we found a backyard company in Appleton, Wisconsin. It had it was me, Goldust, Snitsky, and Candace in like a backstage segment. Just a random midget they needed. Great. Excuse me. I overheard word, 'cause someone asked me, I think it was like Paul London, someone like that, asked me at Raw, are you trying out to be with Fit? I said, no, why? Well, they're training midgets out to be with him. Awesome. Smartest man in wrestling. Easily the smartest man in wrestling. I have him to thank for my full career. He did everything for me. He went to bat for me a lot of times. He made sure that they didn't take advantage of me. The writers didn't write me in too much and make me lose my specialty. And he always made sure that my stuff made sense. Always. What I love about Tommy is and I try to do this too, anything to pop the boys. Anything.
Yes.
We started with a thing called Fujiing. We would just take salt. I think he just did a striker or someone. Take salt in his hand and just throw it at the guy's face.
Right.
And I think he got someone, and then he got someone, and whoever he got ended up bringing a fire extinguisher and blasting him, and then it had to end.
Right.
We realized it got out of hand.
Did you play any Tommy ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to say I was one of the originators.
Okay. So here you are, you're on the road now, you're living your dream. At what point do you ever sit back and be like, wow, I made it. Here I am, 20 years old, going on the road, WWE. People know who I am. And
About 2 weeks in. About 2 weeks in.
Overwhelming?
Yeah, completely. I never was on a flight or anything.
Did it change you?
Yeah.
For good or
for bad for the first couple of years.
Okay.
The ego might have gotten a little big. Back home. On the road. Me going in the Money in the Bank, I'm thinking I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to take a spear. I'm going to take an RKO. I'm going to take a Kenton. I'm going to take it all.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I go to Fit. Hey, can I take all this? Fit goes, no. He goes, we're going to bump you. We'll figure something out. He goes, but we're not going to bump you 5 or 6 times. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. It probably wouldn't make sense. And everyone was talking about the match, and it's just us two on these ladders in the rehearsal room in the ring. So they're moving. And he starts picking me up, and you hear Fit go, ha ha! And now everyone just looks at us. And he gets me, and I'm deathly afraid of heights. And I'm literally shaking. He goes, stay still, stay still, stay still. And the crash pad's right there. He goes, you want to do this? I go, do I have a choice? He goes, well, I would put you down if you want. I said, it's going to be a lot harder to put me down on the other ladder than just doing it. He goes, yeah, so let's do it. Here we go. Did it, and I didn't hang on tight, so I was just loose, and he would boom. Even on the crash pad, it sucked.
Oh, yeah.
And Fit goes, whoa, wow. I think Johnny was one of the agents, too, and they were all like, holy shit. Again, I should have never been signed in WWE. I was signed. I was on WrestleMania, a huge spot on WrestleMania. One of those moments from that Mania, it's like the top 5 video moments, like the replays. It's always seen. It's that, and now I'm going to be a champion in a company I should never have been in. It's insane to me. It's one of those things where it's like, it's crazy. 2007, man, that was my best year ever.
Yeah.
I did a lot of fun things, but I didn't go to see the movie.
Right.
I wasn't a gym guy then. I'll just stay at the hotel. I get a call from Chris. You're not coming to the gym? No, I don't really do the gym, Chris. Sorry, bud. Oh. All right. I mean, if you don't want to hang out, it's fine. Ken calls me. I suggest you take a cab and you come to the gym right now, Dylan. Why? Dylan, I suggest you take a cab and come to the gym. Get the cab, head to the gym. don't even have like workout clothes. I end up wearing my green pants to the gym.
Right.
And a t-shirt. We end up doing like the squat. I do the squats with him and everything. We leave, we go to dinner, and I see the toothless grin. And then I see Ken kind of doing this, and I go, what are you guys laughing at? And they're just doing, I said, you guys fucking ribbed me. All right, mid-match, Fit throws me in. Chris goes behind me. 1. Boom. Is you okay? Yep. He goes, you want to do 3? I go, yeah, that's fine. 2. 3. Now Fit's supposed to come in with a save. 4. 5. And now I feel Chris going like this and laughing. 6. And now I see Fit's eyes above the ring apron and him just shaking, laughing too. We ended up doing 11.
Oh.
One of the nights we did 11 of them.
That's crazy.
Every time I was landing flat, but every time my feet, there's a picture of with one of them, my toes are touching behind my head on the mat because my body just folded.
Did you ever see the fun side of Vince, or was it all business?
Him and Coach, and him and Bruce Pritchard. He would rag on them, but in a fun way, in a joking manner. He loved ragging on. He loved messing with Coach. Loved it.
What are some things he did to Coach? Just if you remember anything.
Way to mess that one up again, Coach. Come on, we're waiting on you. Because Coach would decide, show if Vince was there and you came after Vince.
That's heat.
But it wasn't even like heat. He didn't care. Like,
right.
He didn't do anything. He was such a diva when it came to working matches out. Like, people hated it at times because he maybe no bump tonight. He would try to tell Fit maybe 1 bump. Fit would look at me and goes, it'll be more. It was great. It was main event of Raw. He whipped the shit out of me with that belt, but it made for good TV. JBL was awesome to work with. It was one of those things where I was like, I'm getting beat up by him. Shit. But he took care of me. He took great care of me. Like,
who was stiffer with the belt shots, Vince or JBL?
JBL gave me a kick that I felt. I'm pretty sure he gave me a kick or something. But the belts sucked. I'm sorry. Throws me in the ring, and now he's laughing. And Taker's been like waiting for me now, laying down because we did the thing where I'd come up to him, he'd sit up and goozle me, and here we go. And now I'm in the ring. I'm going, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry still. And then afterwards he goes, what happened? I go, I fell asleep.
Oh my God, that's a great story.
He goes, what happened? I go, I fell asleep. And he walked off. Fit goes, oof, you fell asleep? I walk up to Taker. I said, I'm really sorry. He goes, you're telling me with all that weight you somehow fell asleep? I go, yeah, I was passed out. I was sleeping. He goes, how long? I said, I don't remember hearing any matches. Because you were sleeping the whole show? Because they'd put me in some of these Mexico tours before doors. And if we're the main event, I was under there an hour for doors.
What do you do?
I would bring a PSP sometimes, or just, I would fuck with Chimmel a lot.
Right.
He was right outside the curtain, especially like Boogie was on shows. That or his microphone, I would take no shit.
Right.
If that's the easy thing to do, and everyone is pitching it, and everyone is asking about it, why not do it? Well, I just think it's kind of easy. So, eventually, Heath is overseas, and they want to do a 6-man, and they're like, okay, Brian James, Road Dogg, hey, you're going to be with 3MB tonight. I go, what? Yeah, he's not here, you're going to work tonight. Go out to the ring right now. It kind of went from there.
Did you get along with Hunter and Sean?
I did. Yeah, I did. Sean was awesome. Like, Sean was, I always say, at that time in his career, he was still killing it in the house show matches. Just, it was so much fun. I was part of DX. First time, it would be all the stage hands around me in black, acting like they're fixing the ring, and me in the middle of them with all black on, or a drape or something. They'd put a video on the screen, dim the lights, or out the lights, put a video on the screen so everyone would watch that. The first couple rows might see me, but who cares at that point? Then we actually used a cart sometimes. I would go in a ring cart. They'd push it out. It's crazy. Like, we both had the same thing. And I said, yeah, but what are we going to hang? He goes, no, we'll just do pinfall. He goes, and every day, like during the week, he would text me, they got mini ladders. They got mini tables. They got mini chairs. They're on a mini commentary table. They're going to have mini announcers. I was losing my mind. This is going to be great. I never wanted to quit until I saw that trailer, and I was pissed. how can you put out a WWE Studios film and not have the superstar's name on it?
Why do you think that was?
No, I would never say his office.
Okay.
Ever. No, I would never say his office. I think he takes himself away from being away from the boys at times when stuff gets too crazy, because he has that public image. Look at The Rock. Look at Austin. Look at Hogan back in the 80s. Partier, you always knew there was a party. You know, back then it's all partying. You don't hear that about Cena now. You see him on the Today Show. You see him on Jimmy Kimmel. You don't hear about it.
John Cena. Let's talk about John. You're very close with John.
Mm-hmm.
Any good stories that stand out with John Cena and his power in the locker room?
Many. I have a lot of good stories about him. He was the first one to call when my son was born. He saved my job a few times. I go to the green room and all of the Muppets are laying down. I was like, oh, I don't like this. It was like walking into a
cemetery for Muppets.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't like it at all.
Right.
And Kofi, I remember saying that to Kofi, and Kofi goes, Dylan, what did you expect? We go in, we have to be, it's a viewed testing, it's a viewed test. They have to watch you produce a sample.
Right.
I couldn't do it. That's it.
That you were going to get
I
released?
knew it was coming at some point.
Okay.
I didn't think it was going to, though, because I thought, they're not going to fire a midget. It's going to look terrible on their part. But, yeah.
Where were you when you got the call? Was it Mark?
I was at home. Yeah, Carano called me.
Okay.
So, Josh Binder, actually, God, it spins through so much with him. He texted me at 6:45 in the morning on his way to work. He goes, rumor has it, there's a lot of cuts coming today. If you're on that list, which we all think you might be, and even you.
Well, we got this done, finally.
It's done, finally.
We always talked about it. We said one day you're going to be sitting on the set of the RF
on the casting couch.
Exactly.